This week is Parshat Matot Masei, and this Shabbat is the second Shabbat of the 3 weeks of mourning between the fast of the 17th of Tammuz and the fast of the 9th of Av. And we are told by our sages that during these 3 weeks we have 3 Shabbatot, 3 Sabbaths, and on each one we read a haftarah, we read a reading from the sages which is about Puranut, which is about retribution. The first one, which we read last week on Parshat Pinchas, was Divrei Yirmiyahu, the words of Jeremiah. The one that we'll read this week begins with Shimunah. Listen, you people of Jacob that have gone astray. Also from the prophet Jeremiah. And the next week, which is the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, we'll read Chazon Yeshayahu, the vision of Isaiah. The great Hasidic leader, Rab Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin, points out that during these 3 weeks is an appropriate time to rectify sins in 3 areas. And these 3 areas are hinted to by the opening of these 3 haftarot, these 3 readings from the prophets. The first reading begins with the words Divrei Yirmiyahu, the words, the speech of Jeremiah. The second haftarah, which is this week, is Shimunah, listen, O people of Jacob. Listen with your ears. Listening. And the third, which is next week, is Chazon Yeshayahu, the vision of Isaiah. That refers to seeing. So it is an appropriate time to rectify sins of speech, of hearing, and of looking, and of vision. And this, he says, goes in ascending order. The ones of vision are the most extreme and the strictest. And this is somewhat strange, because usually our sages tell us that sins of speech are the most heinous, or the most terrible, or the most corrupting, and can cause the most of the damage. But in some senses, sins of the eyes are the worst. In the 3rd paragraph of the Shema, we are told, "V'lo taturu acharei levavchem acharei einechem." Don't go astray after your hearts and after your eyes. The eye sees something, then the heart desires, and it makes the body go out and do the sin. Perhaps more than in any other time in history, we have had to concentrate on the sins of the eyes. We live in a very, very visual era. On our cell phones, we have cameras. We can have access to the internet, to TikTok, to Instagram, to Facebook, to YouTube. We are bombarded by images all of the time. And some of these images are very good. But a lot of these images are inappropriate. They contain sexually explicit material. They contain swearing. They contain lashon hara, evil speech. People are put down. They contain motzi shemra, libelous, false facts, false, that which isn't true whatsoever. There are so many visuals that are bombarding us all of the time. And as it says in the curses in the book of Devarim, one of the curses that God says will happen to the Jewish people is they will go meshugah, they will go crazy from the vision, the sight of their eyes. So let's use this time during the 3 weeks to try and only look at the good, only at good images, and to look only at the good in other people. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.